Welcome to ASYLM Talk Radio. We are not at the Studio B. Shut your door.
Okay. Studio B.
Yeah. Thank you. So we didn't make it to the Haven tonight. Something came up, so we're still going to have the show at home. Still going to promote everybody. Remember, Live at Willie's House is on at 8 p.m. They're having a cool band on tonight called Goon Lord, so check that out. So when you're done watching us, go watch them live at the Haven for that interview and performance. We've been having a really good time hanging out there and having some free pizza from Fratello's.
Yeah.
And hanging out with our friends, Candace and Willie, and getting to hang out with the band. So it's super cool. We'll be back next week. And we are looking to bring our production levels to a higher stance and quality so that we can play around more and work less. At least for me, anyways. This one just shows up and looks pretty.
Yeah, that's my job.
So, yeah, the only challenge we've had so far at the Haven is the sound, because they're doing sound check around the time we start the show. So we're working out all those kinks and things like that so that we can have a more productive and professional live show at a live venue.
Yeah, we've had the unit that you're using picking up the sound off of its microphone.
Yeah, that was one of the problems. Plus sound check, plus background noise. If we could just filter all that out and just hang out at the Haven with good quality and sound, it would be working perfectly. Because like I said, we are having a great time hanging out with our friends, hanging out with the band, and supporting the Haven. That rock. They're always supporting us, so we love to be there for them. Rock on, everybody.
True story.
So yeah, even if you can go drive up there too, hang out tonight with Candace and Willie while they do their show, and get some free pizza. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the part I'm missing the most is the pizza.
I know, it sucks. Like, that's the best part. Rock and roll pizza.
Pizza. I mean,
for real. We love pizza. It's like our favorite food.
Yeah, I do love me some pizza. I do love me some pizza. I was trying to get this camera thing right. I feel like I'm dipping down here a little bit.
Oh, no worries. I got to step, once you get yourself together, I got to step at the bar. Girl, I need a drink. It was really rough. Like, we were so trying to get to the Haven on time tonight, and we just couldn't get
it. Just didn't work out, man.
And so I had to message Candace and tell her that unfortunately it doesn't look like we're going to make it for the show. We have to, because if we don't start the show exactly on time, our fans start looking for us, and also Facebook cuts us off.
Yeah, that's a problem. Facebook.
Yeah, we're trying to at least keep some levels of professionalism over here.
Yeah, I tried to smooth you down there, but I-4 traffic, dude. It just wasn't happening.
Yeah, it's all that meant to be. Maybe we're supposed to take a break tonight because we'll be partying and rock and rolling all week. Oh yeah, we have some cool show announcements. Shepherd of Fire Productions is actually on fire. We got some really cool things that we're gonna share with that.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. You're playing Yerky 69 or something.
October 15th.
Oh my God. I'll be right back. I have to go to the bar. But stay tuned for some cool show announcements. Woo!
I had to adjust my lighting. It's a little bit too bright here for me. So I don't know what it is I'm supposed to talk about while she's gone, but I guess I'll talk about we got a couple shows coming up. Pretty cool. Got some cool bands. I'll let Rachel get into that. So if you haven't been out to rock and roll lately, come on out. Get some, bring your mask if you want, do whatever you want to do. That's the live music. You can still be whoever you want to be, right? And over there at the Haven, since we're not there, which is makes me want to wipe a little tear away because all of our friends are there. It's the Haven, hello, right? You got free pizza from Fratello's. Everybody's there rocking. You got the band there tonight. It's always just a lot of fun in that show. If you haven't seen it live at Willie's House, you should really tune in. They do a great job with their interviews and fans. You never know what they're going to say, and just a lot of fun. So if you get a chance to, you grew a hat too.
I got my party hat. Okay, maybe we can't go to the party, but the party's gonna come to us. Oh yeah, cheers everybody.
Yeah.
How's your 2021 going, y'all? Woo! Happy New Year! I know you love it.
Mm-hmm.
2021. This is our year, baby.
It started off with a bang.
And it's going to keep on rocking. We are not giving up on 2021. He's back. He's going to make this year amazing. We had to break up with 2020 by 2021. Let's see or not.
You'll see 2020 at your city dump. You can't even garage sale that bitch.
I'm going to run over 2020. Oh, yeah, like you said. What's that joke you made about 2020?
Oh, yeah, about the garage sale?
Yeah.
It's free. I don't want it. I don't blame you. Nobody wants that stuff. So, yeah. I look like I'm kind of glowing red.
Yeah, you do.
I really do. I need to adjust my lighting. Can you hang on just for a second?
Yeah, you look like you're in the middle of the sun or some weird stuff. Oh, it looked Halloween. Did you just disappear? That's cool. The vampire just disappeared. How'd you do that? Oh, yeah, that's freaky. Where'd you go? I think he disappeared. Oh, there he is. Vampire.
That's better. That's better. You can see me.
You literally disappeared and reappeared.
Magic. Vampires are magic.
Yeah, I know, right?
We have magic.
Well, we hope you guys are anyways having a great 2021. We hope to make this a great year on all accounts. I must say, at the very least, the shows are picking up and doing well. We just had one at Shovelhead this past week.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was amazing. We had a great time. We had a great turnout. All the bands rocked it. We had.
They did. And you know what?
Oh, it's a New Year's show.
Yeah, right. You know what's best about that show was all the musicians were so happy. They were so happy. They were all supporting each other. They were cheered, clapping and just raising all kinds of hell. They stayed there for everybody's band out of respect. I mean, the first band even stayed for the last band, and they were just so happy and so grateful. And if you guys haven't been coming out, that's really what you're missing. The performers are extremely grateful and very gracious, and all they did was just thank us all night long for putting that little show together. You know what I mean?
They did such a great job. I want to thank them all for Mind Virus. There we go. We had Shovelhead. We had Mind Virus Metal Night with Eye Beneath the Sky, Sonic Conversation, Hollywood Heresy. And guess what? We have good news. They're coming back February 12th, the next time at the Haven, to do another show with some other bands. So check that out. But no, we have a couple pictures from that. It was great. A lot of people showed up. A lot of support for the bands themselves. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That. Yeah, so super cool, super fun night.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
Like I said, the best part was really just the bands, their reaction, and just everybody was so grateful, and just it was so nice. And you did a lot of hard work on that, and they were very appreciative of it. I mean, they knew you did, and that was so much fun.
You're breaking up.
You're getting fuzzy. Your face got fuzzy. Are you there?
Yeah, but you aren't. You were breaking up.
I'm right here, bro.
No, I tell you, the universe did not want us to have a show tonight.
I don't know what the rationale is behind that, but
right? No, I don't know. It's okay. You know what? So we're just gonna do what we normally do and hang out and party at our place. Okay? We'll still make show announcements and stuff, but.
You can't write this stuff. You can't even plan this.
This is live.
That's how this day goes. Right there. You're posting this. It hangs by one little thing and then it falls down to the ground. It kind of looked like 2020 falling off the wall.
Yes, that was 2020. Exactly.
Yeah,
no,
so
it's seriously. This is just us hanging out, unscripted, having a crazy day, not having things go our way, not being able to make it to the Haven. Can't even get my poster to stay up.
Like it's ever scripted. Like we ever use a script. Right? I mean, scripts are for amateurs.
Yeah,
right? You gotta ad lib.
It's just us being us. This is pretty much how we actually are, only funnier and with more cursing. Oh, yeah. And we have
the night is young, so let's not get
yeah. And we basically hang out with each other and just,
Break balls.
create chaos and have a good time and party and rock
Yeah.
and roll and,
We
just,
try. We give it a
yeah.
good go. I mean, we do. We try to live that rock and roll life. We do our
Oh,
best.
you really
And
do.
we do our best to keep rock and roll alive for everybody. That's what this
That's
is really all
exactly
about.
what we're trying to do. We'll not, throughout this entire thing, wouldn't give up. Any chance I got to do a show, I did. Always here to support all the local music and the band.
Hey, my, rock and roll will never die.
Exactly. And we have some really cool things coming out. We're not going to stay here for the whole hour because, we're just going to
No.
announce the shows and hang out and party.
Yeah,
So,
that's it. Yeah, I mean, we'll wrap it up quick, but let's get to the sex. What about these shows?
oh yeah. Well, first let's show the picture from Shovelhead this
Oh
past
yeah.
Friday. It was the whole band. All the bands were on stage. Check it
Except for
out.
me, I wasn't there.
You
I
were
was
taking the picture.
I was a picture bitch.
Yeah, exactly. But look, all the bands and their fans were on stage. This picture is classic. I'm gonna have some more pictures being posted this
You're up,
week as well.
you're up there living your best life, and I'm down there being a picture bitch. That's the last time that's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, yeah, you should have had someone else go up there and take a picture.
I really should have. No. Actually, you told me. I need you to take my picture. And some like after about 7 or 8 White Claws, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll take your picture.
Yeah, you thought you were all in charge. You were all being all bossy. Like, you go over here, you go over here. Rachel, this. Oh, you need to do that.
You sit down. You shut
Yeah.
up.
You, no bottle service. You, bottle service.
You, no cowbell.
Yeah. Less cowbell.
No cowbell.
Oh, yeah, no cowbell. Okay.
No stairway to heaven. You, quit warming up. No sound checks. Let's go. Play it raw.
Yeah, it's all good. We got through it.
Yeah, barely.
Like we get through everything. Overall, to sum it up, we had a really good show. We had a great time. Thank you again to all the bands that came out and played.
Watching you mess with that computer screen reminds me of somebody playing Mario Brothers for the first time, looking at your face.
Oh, very funny.
Yeah, it's a true story. Look,
I'm glad I amused you, my dear.
It's like you're trying to avoid mushrooms or something.
I don't know. I could go for some mushrooms right now. I'm just saying, it is one hell of a day. I don't do things like that, but I'm starting to reconsider.
Yeah, come over to the dark side. I've done mushrooms. I wouldn't advise them. I'm just saying, it's not for the weak of heart. I can tell you that.
You're the only person in the entire universe that I would do anything like that with. You're like the only person I ever trusted to get wild, with no bars.
Well, see, I party in moderation. Until I know how things work, I'm very, very cautious. So I'm not saying I'm not curious. I'm saying I'm very cautious. And it served me very well over the years. I'm usually the guy, I still go party and I'll do whatever you're doing, but I'm the guy driving home. I'm the one driving everybody's ass home late at night. I'm the guy dropping people off, saying, even in their own car, I'm throwing them out of their own car. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'll see you tomorrow, right? True story. That's happened more than once. When I drive people home in their car, they go, get out. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, get the fuck out. Maybe you didn't hear me right the first time. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, you're taking my car. You're goddamn right I am. Now get out. They're staggering out of their car, I'll bring my car back tomorrow. I'm like, yeah.
Well, we'll see. That's why we work, because in my group in life, I was always that person too. Because of course I had Girls Ahead Orlando. I always had to be in charge of the events, taking care of everybody, taking care of drunk girls, getting rides home, picking them up off the floor. Sometimes I kid you not.
I just wanted to live, and if you party with some of the idiots I party with, yeah, you're taking your life in your own hands with those boys. I can tell you that for a fact. So I always want to make sure I was in control of my situation. And this all started with mushrooms. And first time I did mushrooms,
it always starts with mushrooms.
I was a wee lad. I was just a wee one, and I did it. And I know one of the first things that happened was my stomach felt like tight. So they said, "Oh, that's the strychnine in it." I'm like, yeah, well, my stomach feels pretty tight. And then somebody said something that wasn't even remotely funny. And we all just started giggling like hyenas. I mean, for like 15, 20 minutes, just laughing at each other. Well, it's all fun and games, when it first starts, you know what I mean? And then, here's what happens. somebody in the group decides that, well, this feels pretty good, right? I'm going to go do some more. And that's strike two. You just went right off the deep end now. Now you're having hallucinations, you're seeing trails, you're imagining things, you're looking at people's faces.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I'd like to be imagining some things right now. Like imagining this day went a little better.
Now, here's the problem with that program. When you can't control what it is you're doing, like when you have no control over it, it becomes a little bit intimidating. Like, you know, say if you're Rick, you know, you see a spider on the wall, you're like, I really, really, really don't want to see that spider right now. But there he is, and guess what? He ain't going away. And then you start thinking, I wonder if I'm going to, like, if I'm ever going to come down. Am I always going to be like this? Am I always going to be like, yeah, remind me to tell you my acid story. That's a good one.
Sounds good. Next
First
show.
First
right?
and last on that one, yeah.
Speaking of shows, we actually have a very important one coming up on the 22nd, this Friday at the Haven, our New Year, New Me show, okay? Rock 2021, yeah, with Payback, who is our cover band that's going to be performing live, and then we have Deadline, who we worked with before, and then we have a newcomer that we've never worked with, Brewery, that was suggested by Cold Subject, so they're a similar band, and they're up and coming. It's gonna rock. We got a live DJ, drink specials. We'll be partying our faces off. So come join us for that this Friday live at the Haven.
Yeah, if that poster doesn't want to make you go, I mean, you got skulls. You
got
blood. You got fire. You got all kinds all kinds of fonts.
Yeah,
it makes me want to party.
So we did have a little bit of a lineup change. We originally had Slide as the
did you? You had Slide?
The headliners, and we unfortunately had to change that up. We're really looking forward to
we didn't.
I was about to explain before you went off in a more diplomatic manner. So. Okay. We are no longer going to be able to work with Slide, unfortunately, even though we've been working with them for a couple of years. They thought that they had a better opportunity and let us go right before the show after we've been promoting it for a couple of months. So it was unfortunate, in this business, these things have happened. Sometimes artists forget who kind of like helped them along the way, and it never works out. In our experience, we've had many situations, well, not actually many, only a couple, actually, where we did a great job for them, and all of a sudden they thought they could do better, and it never worked out. And this didn't work out either. Unfortunately, they took another show the same day.
All right, let me give you the undiplomatic.
I'm not done talking, and that show was officially canceled. So, ironically, the name of our new the cover band that's headlining is called Payback. So you really can't make this up.
So can I do the Reader's Digest version?
Yeah, but I don't know what all that background noises you got going on, but it's getting on my last nerve.
Like you are on mine.
Right?
So here's the bottom line. The guys committed to a show. They committed to being a headliner. Rachel went out and spent her own money on posters and marketing campaigns.
Hold on, we have company. Carry on.
literally went to the club. I took her there and hung posters in the club. I mean, just did all the things that you're supposed to do when you're trying to market a band. And then 2 weeks before the show, got a text, not even a phone call, a text, a misspelled text that said, "Oh, we're dropping out of this show because we have a better show that we think is better for us. And thanks a lot." No, I actually, there wasn't any many thanks. Just sorry about that. We can't say no to them. Fine. That's fair enough. But that's not honorable. There's no honor in that. There's no honor in sending a text message. You can't even make a phone call and say, "Hey, listen, da la la, this is what's up. Jimmy quit, Jody got married. Should have known it was never going to go that far." There's 1,000 things you could have done, but to send a text message late at night, a short time before a show that you committed to months before, this money and time and energy has been spent on, and just send a text and say, "We have a better opportunity," in my opinion, is very dishonorable, and I don't mind calling it out. But the strangest part, to show you how they sincerely do not have their shit together whatsoever, guess who got an invite to their new show, me and Rachel. So anybody that knows me in Orlando knows I don't.
I was like getting invited to shows I got canceled for.
Yeah. Oh, we got invited to them, and then the show got canceled. But you know, everybody in Orlando knows me. You know, I'm the easiest going guy in the world. But you know, I do operate on honor. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'll do it. Right or wrong, good or bad, whatever it is. If I say I'm going to do this, it's going to be done, and there's nothing that's going to persuade me. And I would like to think that anybody that feels the same way, you know, on things like honor, commitment, doing the right thing, having a moral compass that's somewhere between, you know, good and bad, things of that nature, that maybe the next time you decide to break a commitment and break a show and put somebody out of money and out of time, that you seriously consider one word. It's called honor. And if you have no honor in this life, you've got nothing. Because with honor comes integrity, comes truth, comes strength, comes loyalty, and all those things that they tell you they're so important. But without honor,
pays off.
Without honor, you have absolutely nothing. So if anybody wants to say anything to me about that, like, you know, slide the band, you got my number.
Well, you know, we are a very professional company, and we continue to be professional. And we will no longer
disrespectful. It's just disrespectful.
Yes, because that was an unprofessional move. You don't artists out there, you don't cancel a show no matter what 2 weeks before after it's been promoted for a couple of months.
Well, no matter what, you have to. No,
I'm not done talking.
People get sick, people get married, you know, all kinds of things.
There's a matter of reputation as well when you are trying to make it. You have to build your reputation within the circle of people that are trying to help off in your band. So you have to keep those relationships, and you have to be professional, just like a job. You know, you can't just cancel on people last minute and say, see you, bye. You know, and it doesn't matter if Bon Jovi asks you to play. You know, it's a matter of respect, honor, and integrity. And also, you definitely need to talk to the person face to face, make a phone call, whatever, like in, you know, an actual conversation where you are, you know, saying, hey, I got this. Or, okay, well, what can we do? I've had bands that have had to cancel shows before, which is understandable. People get sick, something comes up, but they replace themselves with another band. I've had bands that I asked to do a show, and they're like, oh man, we can't do it. We got something going on that day, but they find another band of similar, you know, genre to say, hey, these guys, they're just good, you know, like, be professional.
We've actually had bands like Mind Virus, and who's those other nice young men? The what's his face used to play bass for very briefly. What's the name of that band? Because they're really cool.
Dude, remember, you just opened the doorway to about 10,000 bands.
Oh, well, what I'm trying to say is, like, they even played without their bass player. Their bass player couldn't make it. Yeah. They still honored their commitment and showed up and did the best they could do. And that's actually happened in the last couple months 3 times where personnel couldn't show up, but instead of canceling the show, they showed up anyway. And they said, you know what?
They replaced, they asked someone to fill in, you know,
or they found another band or whatever. I don't want to make this into a bitch fest. That's not the focus.
It's not a bitch fest. It's advice to bands to understand how the business works, because especially if you're new to it, you know, it's a little more complication than just, you know, saying yes. If, you know, say yes and find a way, figure it out. But if you absolutely cannot, don't make the commitment, you know, it's because it's just not going to work out. And of course, don't make a big commitment like being headliners of a show and end up canceling it because you think you have a better gig. It was not a better gig. It was just a
gig.
Yeah, a gig. And actually,
a gig. And guess what? The gig got canceled. And this one is still going on.
In this world, there are places to be honored to play at that give bands a chance, and many bands have made it because of playing at these venues. There's a lot of local, not just the Haven, but local Orlando venues and even Tampa venues that given bands a chance, and they get their start, and they have great sound and lighting, a great reputation. They're the Sunset Strip of the scene. But that's why, because they're giving you a chance to be somebody, not just be a generic band playing at, you know, let's say the Hard Rock Hotel or something. You want to make it in these venues because they're going to give you the reputation that others are going to take serious, like record labels and promoters.
Listen, go up to the Alley. A great all the clubs will get renamed. It's a very short list, but go up to the Alley in Sanford. Go to Castleberry's. Go to the Green Parrot.
Right.
Go to any
Shovelhead
club in
Lounge.
Orlando and book a show. Cancel on the show before the show because you think you have another gig over there at Paradise Island or wherever the hell it is, and see if they'll ever book you again.
Right.
See if they'll ever book you again after they bought posters and promoted you and everything. And again, I want to close this book. I'm glad you brought it up because
well, it's important for bands to understand. I think it's a good thing.
No, it's a life lesson. It's way beyond music. It's a life lesson. You know, in today's technology, you think it's okay to send a text to somebody and break a commitment, a text, and beyond that, it's like you decided that you didn't want to be engaged anymore, and you found somebody prettier that you think is prettier, and you're like, you don't have enough balls to really make them pick up the phone and call, but you text, and then you hit send, and then somebody texts you back innocuously, not accusing you or anything, or just saying, you know, what do you mean? I mean, we spent money and time and energy, and the band. What about the club? And not an answer. That's no honor.
Well,
there's no honor in that.
One last thing I do have to bring up because it's important to the upcoming show on Friday. The show originally was booked a couple months ago last year, heavily promoted, had a huge following, and many people were invited and said yes, they were coming or interested. Unfortunately, the bands are all made co-hosts when we do a show so that they can invite other people and promote the show so that, it's getting all the proper promotions. When this happened, Sly took the show down without my permission, which is also should have been a phone call because all I would have had to do is take them off as co-hosts so they wouldn't have any more ties or links to the show so they wouldn't be, shown as double booked. But instead, they completely shut down the show, and I had to create a new link and re-invite everybody after 2 or 3 months of promoting and inviting and getting a crowd to come. So please, if you could just help us out, if you're interested in coming to the show, please go to Facebook on Shepherd of Fire Productions under events. We have the flyer here, obviously. If you're interested in coming or going, please click, that link, and we hope to see you there because we could really appreciate the support for all the hard work that we did.
Yeah, and listen, this is not a money-making venture for us. We don't do this for money.
We're just trying to keep music alive.
We're just trying to keep music alive and put people on stage because we just love the whole scene. We love the family thing, and we know what it's like out there. It's tough out there, man. If you're a musician, it's tough. You can be playing a cruise ship, you can play a casino, I don't give a damn. You can play a dive bar, but 99% of the musicians I've ever met would play for free. We're doing this for free. Nobody's paying us. We don't have any sponsors. Even these shows we put on, come on, bro. Yeah, do you really think there's any money in rock and roll?
Well, after the production cost, sound and lighting,
there's never been any
and everything, we're not exactly getting rich off this. Every time we do a show, we do split the money between everybody involved, so the bands and the company all get
if there is any money.
Sales.
If there is any money.
If there is. And then, of course, we have to take care of sound and lighting. So at the end of the day, we're just getting enough money to kind of like keep going again and make another show.
Basically, to take care of our bar tab, basically.
Yeah. That's it. You drink a
lot. Between you and I, that's a tale. No, it ain't that.
But by the time we're done with our bar tab, money's already gone.
Shit's spent. Yeah, but anyway, let's just close that book. But I am glad that you called them out because they need to be called out. Because if you're going to send a little
well, it's a matter of respect and professionalism, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not calling them out as much as I am helping. And if my point and purpose is other bands in the future, not just with us, okay,
but with anybody.
We want you to succeed. So please be aware of the levels of professionalism that it takes to succeed, and please honor your venues, honor the people that put you on stage, honor the sound and lighting, because without them, you wouldn't have a show. And of course, the fans, you have to support all of the people that make you special and make you important and make you period, because that is what makes you successful. You're not successful without any of the other players of the team.
And that let's just go back around a full circle. Just like I was talking about earlier about at Shovelhead's experience just a few days ago, where all the bands are there supporting each other. They're all there on their own time. They're all playing original music. Everybody knows there's no money in original music, and everybody knows how hard it is to get a crowd. How difficult it is. I mean, sometimes they make you pay to play, just to show up, right?
Yes.
But we don't do that. But the point being, they were
We do
so
not do
grateful.
anything with pay to play. I do not believe in that at all. I believe
Yeah.
everybody should, get something out of it.
Yeah, but they were so grateful, and they had so much fun, and it was
Yeah.
so much fun for us too. And that's all we're doing this for, is just to have a hoot and
Well,
just
and
try
to
to
keep
keep
the
rock and roll
music
alive.
going, that's the most important thing. And yes, Friday was a great example because those bands were truly so grateful to have a rocking show, be on stage, support each other. That's another thing, bands. You got to support each other as well. When you do a
Oh, they
show
do.
with
They
other
do.
bands, please stay and have your people stay to watch them play as well. Don't just play and pack up and leave. Always support each other as well to keep this going. It's a tougher time than it's ever been before, and we got to keep music alive. So we need the entire community of musicians and promoters and productions and
Yeah, and
songwriting to support
you
each
just never
other.
know, and you
Venue.
do have to support each other. You never know who you're going to be.
Mhm.
I've seen bands actually formed in the audience as
Yeah,
you know what I mean? As Jimmy quit and Jody got married, like I said before,
right.
I've actually seen bands form over drinks in the audience from supporting each other's bands, starting
Yeah,
side projects, turning people into connections with maybe recording studios or equipment rentals, or maybe a place to play, a place to practice, things like that, or just sitting down and jamming and showing each other what their craft, what they've been working on, stuff like that. And that's where it goes back to like you and I on this, even bringing up this situation. We just brought up a slide. It's not because of our passion. It's just passion, and that same passion needs to be spread like everywhere, so that when you go out to see live music and you see your friends, and you're part of a family, you're part of a music family, whether you play or you don't play. But you got to support each other. You got to stay for the other bands. At least do the best you can do, to stay and support them, because they were there. Just because
yeah,
they went on the bill, two bands behind you, doesn't mean they're not every bit as enthusiastic about their craft and haven't worked as hard and wouldn't really appreciate you being there, especially as a fellow musician. So, just this little theme we're on. It's all about honor. It's all about respect. Um, and you have to go through life with a little bit of that. Especially when it comes to the arts, right? Because there's no shortcuts.
yes.
This is not 1983.
Hard work.
Yeah, no, this is not 83. I mean, this is, if you thought it was predatory in the 70s and 80s, you've seen nothing with big tech.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's so important. Oh, it's so important to stay connected with each other and support each other and
yeah. I
honor
mean,
and
to
honor
add
your
to that,
and honor your commitments, because after all, at the end of the day, the show must go on.
exactly. And the show is going on. And to add to that,
Yeah, it
many of
is.
the bands that I work with that didn't even know the other bands that were in the show end up working there again. And so they get a gig somewhere else and they're like, hey, I really liked working with so and so. I'm going to call them up and see if they can play with us. So it's
We
like
just
it all
we just
leads
had
to
that
that.
with we just had that with Mind Virus and Howlin'
Yep.
Heresy. They knew each
Yep.
other and they brought each other and they had a ball. They had so much fun. Howlin'
Yeah.
Heresy, they brought CDs. I mean, it was so sweet. It was so natural. They didn't have all the technology, but they wrote on their Halloween Heresy on their CDs. They
Yes.
burned just for that show, and they're
Which
giving out to people. Yeah, there they are. Oh, Heresy.
well,
But
yeah. They have
yeah, there
another
you go.
show already. Just since that show, we got a date at the Haven, and they're doing Metal Night again at the Haven together because the first time that they got to play together, and with another metal band. So there, see, just within a snap of the fingers, already have a show together.
Well, you know what? Here's the bad news. They're at the Haven right now, having fun and eating Fratello's pizza and hanging out with Candace and Willie and the band and everything. I'm stuck like Chuck. I'm stuck here like Chuck.
Yeah. With Fratello's, we miss you. Oh my God, Fratello's. We don't even know what we're gonna eat later. We're gonna be drinking and get hungry. We miss you.
Hey, let's go get a slice of Fratello's. Hey, yo.
Hey,
Get a
not to
slice.
mention, okay,
Yeah.
Live
Get
at
a pie.
Willie's. Live at Willie's, we miss you. Oh my God, Candace and Willie, we wish you were here. We were partying with you. It sucks you couldn't make it tonight.
I miss
See
your
you
blue
next
hair.
week. Huh?
I told Candace, I miss your blue hair.
Oh, I know. Sometimes blue, sometimes purple. Well, we miss you. We love you. We support you. Remember to watch them at 8 p.m. tonight. We're going to be watching them too, live from our house, bored out of our minds.
No, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. I've got a couple fish to fry.
We usually, like, yeah, once we're done with our show, we're pizza and boozed up and we go party with them and have a great time. So sucks tonight, but hey, at least we have each other, right, baby?
Yeah, we got each other, sweetheart. That's for sure.
So
Sure.
with that, I'm gonna try to play a little montage for them. Hold on.
All right, I'll be right back. Go ahead and work on that.
Go ahead. Go to the bar. I'm about to join you. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, live at the Haven, where we wish we were tonight, eating pizza with Candace and Willie. Rock on. Oh, yeah. That was fun. We miss you guys. We wish we were there. Trust me, we really wish we were there. But we're still supporting you here live at this dive bar.
Where are we? I just got out of my coffin. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, we're here live at this dive bar. We're not going to promote them because we're still promoting Candace and Willie live at the Haven. But well, yeah. This bar is not quite the same, and they don't got pizza. God bless it.
I'm a big fan of daylight savings time. I got to be honest with you. It getting dark earlier. It works for me. It just does. These short days and these long nights are just like.
That should be a song. Short days, long nights. I'm gonna go hit up the bar and start. Reiterating.
What the fuck am I going to do? Well, what am I going to do?
I'll be 2 minutes, dude. I'm gonna hit the bar. I'm gonna go over the upcoming stuff real quick again, and close it up and get ready for watching live at Willie's at home at this dive bar.
Oh, she left me here again, like a dog out in the yard, like a billy goat in the desert looking for a blade of grass. Unfortunately, I'm not finding anything. However. I have a nice Cabernet in my coffee cup. This is literally a cup. When people say get a cup, this is your cup. So yeah, I don't want to talk about that situation anymore, ever again, right? But I did have to get off my chest a little bit, and mostly because Rachel does all the work, right? Well, a lot, well, most. She does, and you know how it goes. Anytime there's some sort of dishonorable situation, or maybe perhaps people weren't thinking clearly and somebody else gets hurt. Well, if you've ever loved anybody, you don't like to see them hurt. So, if I came off a little gruff, it's just because, my baby, my princess, the woman I married and I love, she got her feelings hurt a little bit. And it was just like somebody saying, oh, we found something better. So bye, thanks. Here's a text. So I'm just going to close that door. Just wanted to kind of give a little I don't know if I'm going to call it an apology, but more of an explanation, a little bit more succinct explanation on
where my motivations were coming from. So beautiful. I have my Guns N' Roses handkerchief. Hold on. That is so
yeah, you got it.
Wow. Oh, God.
I like the way you talk. You got a pretty mouth. You're good with your words. That was
so precious.
Yeah, somebody looked at me at a bar when I said, "You're good with your words," and I was like, "Yeah, all right, cool, thank you." I know, right?
Cheers. But yeah, to go back, the show must go on, and I want to also
talk about that. I close that door.
A special thank you, aside from that, for the bands that are still in the show stepping up. I mean, thank you so much. It's going to rock. They've been big supporters of me, and they're willing to push it and make it a big,
push it real good.
Yeah. And make it work out. And I'm grateful for their professionalism, for sticking by us and making the show great again, maybe even better.
There's an acronym in there. Make shows great again.
Right.
MSMG.
Yeah.
MSMG. MSG. I don't know.
Well, the show's gonna rock no matter what. Because you know why all our shows rock? It's not because of just us. We have a great.
Actually, it's got nothing to do with us.
No, because we have great team behind us. We have amazing venues. We have amazing sound and lighting people that we work with. We're very picky. We don't work just anybody. We always make sure that the bands are happy, the venue's happy, the sound and lighting people rock. We are very particular. That's why our shows are so successful, because we don't, what's the word, cut corners. Okay, everything has to be just right, and we always want
it's all
to hear
done
what
with,
happens.
no, it's all done with passion as well. It's all a passion play.
Yeah,
It's a labor of love.
it's
That's
all
what it's
about the love of the music, keeping the music going, keeping bands on stage. That's why we set the music on fire. I'm Rachel Lewis, Productions, and it's Asylum Talk Radio. And this is Viclot the Vampire, by the way. So I'm going to go through a quick run through of upcoming stuff we have going on, because there's some things I didn't even get to mention yet, because we kind of got on track, off track. Yeah, whatever. So, and then we're going to head out and start drinking and watching Live Willie's without pizza. So that's going to be like half-assed, but you know what? We love you. We're still supporting you, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we will.
Cheers.
Yeah, we will.
Maybe even before, because I mean, we're going to be like partying all weekend, which leads to the upcoming shows. Here we go.
It's not the weekend.
Oh, we got shows all weekend, baby. What? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, or anybody else that's watching us right now. Ghosts, vampires, who knows? But right. So okay, we have, of course, our 2021 New Year's show this Friday, January 22nd.
Yeah, remember, New Year's is gone. This is the 22nd.
Yes. Deadline and Breed. We have a live DJ drink specials. It's going to be a party. This is more than a show. It's a freaking rock and roll party. Come check us out. Come have a good time and properly celebrate 2021, the new year. The New Year's Eve stuff, that's done. This is to celebrate the whole year. Let's rock. Let's do this. Come out and join us. Tickets are only $10 at the door. I'm considering live streaming, but I got to look into that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. But maybe if we get enough interest, we'll do the live streaming. But we'd rather you come in person. So please come out and join us.
That'd be good. That'd be good. Yeah. Come say hello. Come hang out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hang out. Buy us some shots. Yeah. Just drunk. We like that. Right. So we really appreciate you supporting us, and please click on our link. Say that you're going. Let's get the show up and running and have a good time. But no matter what, we're going to party, rock and roll, and have a great time. So that's guaranteed. Live at the Haven. Yes.
True story.
And then, of course, we have, well, actually, this is a gig that I got going on that I am going to be live streaming for the show. Sugarless at Orlando Brewery. Show to Fire Productions and Asylum Talk Radio is doing the live streaming for that show. And we have Vapid, Deadline again, and Twisted Misery. As Deadline told me, they're like, we're spending the whole weekend with you. Yep. You better like us, because you're spending the whole weekend with us, Deadline. Saying. So
weekend at Shepherd's.
Yeah, weekend at Shepherd's. So yeah, it's at the Orlando Brewery, which also, this is one of their first shows that since they've opened back up. So once again, please, if you can, come out and support the local music.
Where is that? Venue. I don't see an address on it. Where is the Orlando Brewery?
Well, I mean, it's new day and age. People can Google that. If you go to Shepherd Fire Productions, the location, the address is on there. But you've been there before, Rick. That's where I did the radio show, the first radio show.
Oh, that place with the bread guy.
We had all the free bread, and you almost wanted to throw up.
It was good bread. I ate the hell out of that bread. Oh
yeah, no. Well, funny personal side story. Okay, so one of the first times I was asked to do a radio show was at Orlando Brewery for this other radio talk show. But for Shepherd of Fire Productions, we were representing, and there was that was one of the sponsors that had bread, like fresh baked bread bakery stuff. So of course he gave us all
the bread guy or
bread. Yeah, there was sourdough bread. There was brioche bread, there was ciabatta, there was freaking every bread and butter known to man. Me and Rick, we went back to our place that night and just chowed down on bread and butter, and then the next day we're like, oh my god.
They gave us these like tubs of honey butter and garlic butter. So we're about half in the bag at that point. We got these,
and we were like disgusted. They were like, "Oh, I'm never eating bread again."
Bread, we're like nom and like nom nom nom, and it's bread, so it's really good. You just nom nom nom. Now I know why. Now I know why they don't feed birds rice at weddings anymore. My stomach blew
Oh
up.
Lord,
Oh my
that
God!
was like more
like I
bread
swallowed
than I could ever handle.
felt like I swallowed a basketball. It was a rough hoe to go there.
Oh no, it's like
Woo!
ever
That was
since
good going
then,
down.
I feel like we've like lessened our carbs because we ate so much bread.
I'm still trying to shake it off. Fuck.
I know.
Like 20
So
pounds
needless
from
to
COVID.
say, please don't give us bread as a gift. We can't control ourselves. But anyway, that's where it's at. It's kind of hidden away, but it's a big play. So it's plenty of space for live bands to play.
Yeah.
What?
No, I said no. It's a good sized place. You can actually they have the brewing vats like right there.
Yes.
You can see them
Yes.
like working on the beer and shit.
That, by the way.
Some dude's got a little cup and he's tasting it, spitting it on the floor. And that sucks. Do it
Something
over.
like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You know, he's a connoisseur.
I
so
do.
If it's not good enough for him, it's not good enough for his customers.
Hell no. But needless to say, come out, you know, after you party with us Friday night at the Haven for the New Year show, come out to Orlando Brewery on Saturday to see Sugarless. Really cool band, lots of fun with Vapid, Deadline. Yeah, you can't get enough Deadline. Yeah,
don't be a sissy.
Get your Deadline fixed because they're going to be playing at both shows, and then of course Twisted Misery, which have played with us before, they're going to be playing there too, opening the show. So it's really cool. Like I said, we're just doing the live streaming and stuff. It's not our official show, but we definitely are supporting the bands in the venue. So come out and support them. It's actually no cover. So you like have no excuse. All you gotta do is buy booze.
You really don't.
No cover, enjoy live bands, and drink.
They have custom beers there. They have all these beer vats. They literally make this custom beer. So I mean, what more do you want? I can't promise you any bread, but I can promise some rock and roll and some beer.
Bread.
Bread.
No more bread. So yeah, so
take that thing down.
I will. But yeah, no cover. Can't beat that with a stick. So party yourselves on over there. Have a great time. And we also have a date booked that we haven't put the bands together yet for February, later in February. I think it's 26th at the Haven. So we're going to have another really cool show for that. So we have a lot of stuff going on, and we keep booking more and more shows. And we have one in Shovelhead on March 11th with Trin's Band. They're a touring band from out of state. And we have some of our local bands playing with them. We haven't put all the promotions together yet either, but watch out for that. Stay tuned and watch us get in trouble live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. either at this dive bar over here, whatever the hell it is, or at the Haven, stuffing our faces with pizza, hanging out with Candace and Willie. So that's us in a nutshell. This is pretty much our life. Everything you see here is real, okay? Stuff going sideways, things falling all over the place, sound not working, him squabbling about something, partying like rock stars, and just being us. This is truly how we live our lives. So this is 100% reality right here. You want reality TV? Watch us too. And it gets really interesting when we start fighting, just saying.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah. I think they might. Maybe we can finally prove who's right and who's wrong. Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, we're gonna let you guys go. We're about to get ready to watch Candace and Willie live at the Haven. Rock on. They have well, I forgot the name now. What did I say before? Oh, Goon Lord. Goon Lord. Okay, Goon Lord is playing and being interviewed. We're gonna check that out. So come find us over there partying. Just me and Rick hanging out, watch live at Willie's house. Rock on, everybody. Have a great night. Cheers. We hope to see you at our shows and see you next week live at 7 p.m. on ASYLM Talk Radio, no matter where we end up, because with us, you never know. Cheers, my love.
Cheers. Rock
and roll. Good night, everyone. I'm Rachel Lovely, and that's Rick Lott.